Hey YouTube, Gabe coming to you from LordsOfSwords, and I wanted to do this little intro thing again because, as you know, we've been doing more skits on Pointless Thursdays than we have been the questions, and I feel like maybe last week's video, the skits could kind of use some explanation a little bit, like the truth versus not truth, the whole like super power thing. That could have used some explanation, and maybe the over the heads thing could have too. So this time I'm going to do a little information more on the skits, and we're also going to be doing a discussion topic this week. And I was just saying that because like I was reviewing it, I think like maybe I understood it, but that's kind of, I wrote the script, so that makes sense. But I feel like maybe I should have explained it a little more to you guys so that you guys would have gotten like some of the things I was referencing more. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that this week. And with that being said, let's do Pointless Thursdays. So this skit is going to be called That Awkward Guy. It's basically, well, me at most parties, you know. I'm going to show you 3 of the personalities that I've seen, and 2 of them pretty much are based off me. The other one is Ben at parties, and it's just kind of one of those people that, you know, that never really fits in at the parties. They're always kind of awkward about stuff, and they look something a little like this. Football. Hey, do any of you guys watch UFC at all? Did you ever see UFC 160 Silva versus Velasquez? Hey, Gabe, do you think maybe you could help me prove something to these guys? You know, I mean, I think some of the people at this party think I'm sort of a wimp type of person, and I want to show them that I'm not. You know, do you think you could help me out? No, man, dude, nobody here thinks of you like that. Don't worry about it, it's fine. Even if they do, who cares? You don't have to care what other people think about you. Trust me, you're fine. You're not a wimp. I know this stuff. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm serious. I really think that they think I'm not, like, a cool person, that they think I'm weak. I was just wondering if I could, like, rip out your jugular or something to prove it to them. I mean, it would really help me out, like, a lot. Ben, no, what are you talking about? You can't just... Yes! Thank you! This, no doubt, is the most realistic version of me at a party that you would ever see. Just me. I'm a social caterpillar, that's what I am. Mr. Red Cup, you're my only friend. Alright, so those were the 2 skits for today. I hope maybe that you'll understand like some at least the party one a little better now, that kind of like walk through with you. If not, if you don't like me talking, probably won't like what we're doing next. The whole like explaining like layout that I'm doing. Post in the comments, you know, if you would rather just kind of watch and try to figure out for yourselves, it's fine. Just to go ahead and tell me. I just thought that maybe the last few skits weren't exactly clear. I could have explained it better if I talked about it. Go on to the discussion topic for the day. And I feel like I might need to sit down for this. Let's go take a seat when I talk about zombies. The topic of the day, I'm going to be giving a little of my thoughts on zombies. This might go on for a while. I'll try to keep it short and sweet, but it's just something I have to get off my chest. So basically, I've never really understood why it is that zombies die a second time in any scenario. I'll go through like the 3 that I've seen most often. So like the first, the infectious like disease type of zombie, where it's like not like a curse type of thing, but it's more like a virus. If it, like, you know, the virus where it's like it like rots their body and stuff. If it rots like every other like vital organ and stuff in your body, like where your lungs are like hanging out and your arms missing and stuff, and like it rots every single other organ so that when you shoot them anywhere else but the head, it doesn't work. why is it that that brain wouldn't rot too? I mean, it's like one of the most important ones. Why is it that the virus would specifically leave the brain alone to be shot? Like, I don't really get why, if it's a disease and it affects everywhere, why would it not affect the brain? It seems to me like the brain would rot too, like along with every other organ or whatever they're called. You know, that's never really made sense to me. Like, it's a disease, it rots your body down to like grind bone and stuff, but it somehow leaves the brain unaffected. I've never really understood why it would do that, how, but you know, that's just me. And another like version is like the whole spiritual type of thing, you know, or it's like, or not, yeah, spiritual type of thing, where it's like, it's a sickness of the soul sort of thing, where it's like a curse and you need like holy water and stuff to put it out. Why is it that a headshot works? Like, if it's a sickness of the soul, I think a bullet, I don't think a bullet would do anything. It just seems like you would need more so like the holy water or something, or like the word of God, which I think I have around here somewhere. This is the ultimate thing against zombies. Weapon, that's what I was thinking. Ultimate weapon against zombies. Salvation. Seems like that would be more of a thing to do against like the spiritual thing. It's like a sickness of the soul. Why is it that a headshot would work? Like a bullet to the head somehow gets a demon out of your body. I never really knew that that was the way to get rid of demons, you know? I just, understood why that works. And then the third thing I've seen the most is like where they're rising up from the dead. It's not like a disease or a spiritual thing. It's literally dead people coming back. Not people like dying and coming back. Like the ones that are already dead, rising up from the dead. If death didn't work the first time, why does it work a second time? So they rise up from their graves, but you can kill them again. Why did death not work the first time and it works the second time? I just never really understood that. You know what I mean? It's like, they're in their graves, they've died, they rise up, but they just can die again. Wouldn't they just rise up again? I mean, I don't really understand. And even like in like concept art and stuff, you always see like zombies with like an axe in their head. It's like, so it does, I don't really get why a bullet works when an axe is in their head and stuff. I've never really understood those type of things, you know? Like, infectious disease that somehow leaves the brain completely unaffected. A spiritual sickness that is ended with a bullet to the head. I don't really understand that either. And a case where death doesn't work the first time, but it works the second time. Like, I don't know. That's just something I never really understood. Like, it's an interesting concept, the whole zombie thing, but those are just things I've never really understood, points how they die a second time. It seems to me like they shouldn't die if they didn't die the first time, or if they have a disease that affects everything but their brain, or if it's a spiritual sickness, you know, I've been talking about it the whole time. That's just my thoughts. If you know, if this isn't actually an answerable question I'm just missing, go ahead and leave in the comments, or leave your thoughts, say like, oh, I never noticed that before, or whatever, if you agree with me and you don't really understand why. But that's just something I've never really understood. And that will conclude this week's Pointless Thursdays. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me what you think about like this type of layout. I'm just trying out a lot of new stuff. If you're like 2 skits, 1 question, if you want more skits, if you want like on every other week skits questions, if you like the whole explaining of the skits thing, just go ahead and leave all sorts of feedback. We love feedback. And that will do it for today. See you later, YouTube.